All of Guelph. All right. 3,000? Is that what you said? 3,000? Wow! That's excellent. All right, it's 11 o'clock and we're going to get started here. Okay, my name is Steve Kraft. I'm the CEO at the Guelph Public Library, just on the other side of the Park Mall building here. But, good morning, ladies, gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow library enthusiasts and strangers. I guess anyone who's wandered in off the street. Welcome to the Baker Street Redevelopment site and the soon-to-be home of Guelph's new Central Library. Applause, applause, applause. I'm a reader, not a writer, so I'm going to read all this, okay? As we gather, we are reminded that Guelph is situated on land that is steeped in rich Indigenous history and currently home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Today, we acknowledge the Dish with One Spoon Treaty and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation on whose traditional territory we are meeting. Let us be grateful to the generations who have come before us and mindful of the generations to come as we strive to walk together on a path of mutual respect and support. And I have to say that over the years, the library, it's myself and a few others, we've become friends with some of the Indigenous people, and it's really a learning experience for us. If you want to know more about history, the Indigenous crowd, come to the library. We've got lots of material there for you. Bring your library card, all right? I do want to mention that earlier this morning, on this site, a sunrise ceremony took place to acknowledge, honor, and reflect with all of our relations, ancestors past, and those whose faces we have yet to see. That took place this morning around 5:30, and there was a nice crowd there. So right now I'm going to read the paragraph that ChatGPT wrote for me, okay? It is with great pleasure and excitement that I stand here before you today to mark the momentous occasion of the groundbreaking ceremony for Guelph's new Central Library. This day signifies the beginning of a new chapter in our city's rich cultural heritage, as we embark on a remarkable journey to create the next library space that will inspire, educate, and uplift our community for generations to come. So right now, for those of you who can't believe this is actually happening, now is the time to pinch yourself. Pinch yourself hard, okay? Take a pic, a selfie, and social media the hell out of it, okay? Proof, people, proof. So, libraries have always been the heart and soul of a thriving society, acting as beacons of knowledge, creativity, and connection. They are places where imaginations take flight, where dreams are nurtured, and where the pursuit of wisdom becomes a collective endeavor. Today, we take a significant step forward in reaffirming our commitment to the power of knowledge and the importance of learning. Yep, flip the page. Anderson Cooper doesn't have to deal with this, does he? When we talk about city or community infrastructure, we tend to think of roads, railways, sewers, wires, cables, pipes, and other physical networks that cross our landscape in order to make economic activity and growth possible. But the term can be extended to other areas that provide people with ways to achieve their goals, such as culture, research, and most importantly, learning. Amen. Amen. Thanks to organizations like IFLA, that, if you don't know, is the International Federation of Library Associations, IFLA, and UNESCO, who collect comprehensive data about libraries, we can identify correlations between libraries and literacy performance. For instance, where there are more public libraries, there are more adults involved in lifelong learning. That's me. When young people have access to libraries, they score about a year or more ahead in their reading skills than those who don't. Children who are less advantaged tend to rely more on libraries than do their better off peers. Reading skills lead to literacy, and that enables critical thinking. And boy, don't we need more critical thinking these days. All right. But you guys already know that. So it's time for me to acknowledge a few people, and then I'll turn it over to a few others here. So I want to say hello and thank you to the Friends of the Guelph Public Library. See, they're the loudest supporters for almost 2 decades. I also want to thank all our donors, and we've had several donors come out of the woodwork recently who have supported the library. We look forward to more formally acknowledging your contributions later this year. And I want to say special thank you to Virginia Gilliam. I don't know if Virginia's here today or not. Who tirelessly rallied the troops for what is arguably the biggest Friends book sale in the library. Thank you to Liz McCrae, who left this world a few months ago. Right. She was also one of our most vocal and angry champions for years. No one read more political books than she did. So anyway, and thank you to Alan Pickersgill, who was another guiding spirit for the library board and the Friends. Thank you to the dog. That's brilliant. Thank you to Ken and Eileen Hamill, who both knew the value of a library in the community. Ken was a counselor for many, many years, and Eileen was a library chair, board chair for many, many years. I like how they argued together. That was fun. So, I want to say hello and thank you to library staff, both retired and current. These people have come out to witness something they thought would never happen in their lifetime. And I want to say thank you to the library board, both past and present, who worked hard to get this accomplished. Thank you to architect Duncan Bates, the man in the white shirt and the sunglasses. Duncan, who put our thoughts and needs into an incredible design. Duncan has helped us get the details just right. I think you're going to be impressed, okay, once you see this. Hey, and special thank you to two people. If it wasn't for Councillor Kathy Downer and former CAO Derek Thompson, who relit the flame on this project, I'm not sure we would be here today. So thank you to those guys. Finally, thank you to people like Scott Stewart there, city staff, and his team who have put the numbers together to get us this far into the project. All right. Now, on that note, I would like to ask our Mayor, Cam Guthrie, to come and share a few words with you.
Well, thank you, Steve, and thank you very much, everyone, for allowing me to come to bring greetings on behalf of Council. And I'm going to go through the list because there's a lot of them here today. Maybe you could just put your hand up. Councillor Caron, Klassen, Downer, Caden, Busatil, O'Rourke, Alt, and so thank you very much for being here today. I also want to acknowledge past councillors that have been here for a long time in the city, maybe not on council right now, but also steered this project to this moment. I see Councillor Finley here, thank you very much, and oh good, Gordon's here. Yeah, sorry I didn't see you, no pun intended. Sorry about that. Gordon is here as well, and to everyone else that steered this here. Oh, is really? Oh, Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn. I didn't see you there as well. So thank you to all the councillors, past and present. So the debate of the cost of the library is behind us. This is a special day for us to actually get moving forward on this project. And one of the things that is so important is about the fact that we are here at this moment. And Steve did a great job of actually bringing some history of those involved to get to this moment. And one of the things you probably heard me say, I've said this at the my State of the City address for a few times, is this is about turning an underperforming asset into a performing asset. This used to be a parking lot, and now look what it's going to be for our community. Not just the library portion, but we got some underground parking, some green space, and of course residential developments that will come later on. That is a good thing for our entire community. And I can think of a day like today where there's going to be benches and people gathering outside and enjoying the weather outside such an anchor of a tenant like the library that's going to be on these lands. I'm actually really excited about two things that I wanted to highlight. The first one is probably one of the biggest complaints I get into the mayor's office about the current library is accessibility. And the new library is going to meet go even beyond all those standards of accessibility that are so dearly needed in an up-to-date and modern library. And I can't wait to have that be accompanying for everybody, for all people within the community. And the second thing is a little bit of a history, buff. I finally am going to be glad to see a place for the archives for our community as well. That's going to be something that's I'm looking forward to that as well. So for those that have kind of steered this to this moment over the many years, I mean, my goodness, some of you would have been in the new archives. That's how long ago it was for starting this. I just want to say thank you. And on behalf of council, this is a good day. Let's celebrate it properly and really cheer this on right to the ribbon cutting whenever that is, hopefully sooner than later. And let's be so glad that this has all come together as it has. And thank you very much to staff as well for steering it to this very moment. And of course, to the entire community for, coming along for the ride. It is important to get this done. In fact, it will save us money if we start today, not tomorrow. So let's get going and get the shovel going today. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry. No. You're in charge. You know him better than I do. No.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Scott Stewart, it is your time to shine. CAO Scott Stewart, and he can tell you about the magnificent team that he's put together to make this a possibility.
Well, good morning, everybody, and it is a pleasure to be here, and it's a big deal. It's a hell of a big deal, really, to quote this fellow right here, that we are where we are. And it's a matter of great pride for all of us, and it's certainly a milestone in the city's overall downtown development. And all of our renewal efforts, they hinge on projects like this. And so this is a significant day, as others have already acknowledged. And I think you would know this, but in any city, the heart of the city is the downtown, and we've got a great heart. We're always looking for ways to make it easier and better, to do things in the downtown, and I know that this project will do just that. The new Guelph Central Library will be a key feature of the redeveloped Baker District, which you're sitting in, and the mayor mentioned all the other activities that will happen here. So I'm certainly thrilled to be here celebrating all of this with you on this momentous day. And this has been an ongoing investment in the downtown by City Council, and from police headquarters to Wilson Street parkades to farmers markets being redeveloped, and to all the other downtown work that will take place in the next decade as well. So there is a lot of investment here by this City Council and other City Councils as well. So congratulations to them for having that vision to see this thing through. You always want these things to move a little faster than this one has, but nonetheless, the vision is there and we'll be able to stick to it. And that great effort and hard work that's occurred on the Baker District project, so I just will elevate it a little bit because that drives it. But again, this is the gem and the crown jewel here, is the library piece to this entire district. So, and of course, you would know there's been several situational changes throughout the years that were worsened, of course, by the pandemic-induced volatility in the market. But we've seen through that, and that's because there's great teams working behind the scenes. There's been great cooperation through Steve's leadership and the board's leadership, and of course council and city staff as well to make this happen. And we've all done an excellent job in these inflationary cost pressures that have got us here. The value engineering work that's taken place with our staff, and that's if you think about these things, we've got some unsung heroes. It's our engineering staff, our facility staff, our finance staff. There's been a lot of work done behind the scenes by all kinds of staff to get us there, including the staff that worked on the archaeological clearance that was here. So that's no small measure, but it feels like it because it just happened. And so that's been a great piece. That's a lot of hard work. And again, in construction sites, you might not be on them all the time. The utility clearance that's happened on this project here, you don't see any of that now, but that's because your city staff have been working so hard to make this groundbreaking for the library happen, and that's been a focus for us. Yes, we'll get excited. We need to do some parking in the underground here. We'll be excited about seeing the hole excavated, but it also gets us to all the other things that will happen here that again makes the downtown an attractive investment in terms of a destination. So if you think about it from a tourism perspective, not just from a local Guelphite perspective, that we've got lots to offer in the downtown. So thank you to the library staff and the board for your cooperation as we move through this. This is a win-win for all of us. This new district will provide benefits to our community now and in the future, and And it's not that often that we get to have these projects in the north part of the downtown. So this is a big turning point for just even if you just looked at the geography of the downtown. We've been doing lots as we come through the downtown, but here we are in the north end. That has needed some attention. And by gosh, it's getting some attention today. So I'm excited to see our vision actually land in the Baker District like everybody else. And again, Steve, thanks for letting me at the podium. Thanks very much for coming out, folks.
You know, Scott's absolutely right. He's a smart cookie. I mean, this is a destination that we are building here, and it is going to have, you know, huge economic benefits on the downtown. It's going to bring lots of people. I mean, we already have lots of people coming to the library, but I mean, we should increase our membership or at least our use by at least another 50%, okay? So, I mean, like, that means money in downtown Guelph. So, it's a great place to live, Guelph. Thank you, Scott. Next up is our board chair, Randalin Ellery.
Everyone. This is so exciting to see such an amazing crowd here. Thank you all for joining us today for this groundbreaking ceremony. I think that a groundbreaking represents more than just a shovel in the ground, although I'm really looking forward to that part too. It signifies innovative ideas, endless opportunities, invaluable resources, and access for all. It brings to life the collaboration between technology and design by offering functional yet beautiful spaces for our community to build connections. It represents the foresight to choose to invest in a future for Guelph, and groundbreaking showcases the generosity of our community who are passionate about sharing their library experiences. Guelph's new Central Library will provide our community with access to an extraordinary wealth of services and resources which support early literacy fundamentals and lifelong learning for all. It will provide the necessary spaces to deliver programs and services that our growing community needs. With improved accessibility, larger collections, functional areas for training and support, formal and casual meeting space areas, the new library will offer access to all community members and greater flexibility to adapt for future generations. As a mom of 2 technology-obsessed kids, I am also excited to share that the new Central Library will provide state-of-the-art technology in its makerspace and gaming areas, along with the ability to preserve and showcase our archival collections so that it's accessible to people both near and far. It will ensure increased opportunities for leading-edge creativity, collaboration, innovation, and strong community connections. I'd like to take just a moment to acknowledge my fellow GPL board members, both present and past, for their passionate leadership. Without them, we may not be here today. I also want to extend my sincere gratitude to our Indigenous community that organized this morning's sunrise ceremony to reflect and honor the land both past and in the future. Big wedge. You are all a true testament of how working together does create a thriving community for Guelph. Thank you all for your continued support and joining us in celebrating this magnificent milestone. Thank you.
Okay, we're almost done here, folks, but I just brought one thing here. I've got a spade in my hand, and this is John Galt's spade. No, it's actually not. There's a little plaque on it, and I'm going to read it. It says, "This spade was used by Dr. William Tytler to plant a tree in the grounds of the Guelph Public Library in recognition of his long and valued services as a member of the library board since its inception in 1883. This 28th day of March 1931. So I do have a historical spade in my hand. So, thank you for joining us today as we break ground on Guelph's new Central Library. Together, let's build a sanctuary of learning, a beacon of inspiration, and a testament to the enduring power of libraries. One more sentence here. The journey begins here, and the future is brimming with infinite possibilities. Now you can barf right into your shirt, okay? Thank you. So now we're going to have a photo op, okay? And that will end the end this lovely ceremony. Now you just have to wait 3 years for us to build this, right? Is that how long it takes? Something like that. Okay. All right. So who's in the picture, folks? Okay. you guys organize yourselves because I'm not good at that. I only do library stuff.
All right, this is where we come in, right?
I get to use the titler, yes, I do.
I will squat down in a second. I'm not gonna squat quite yet.
Yeah, I need my shot, please, just if everyone could be aware. Thank you. Everyone can stop walking across my frame.
I know, but I'm paid to be here.
Where are we looking?
Okay, hi everybody, I'm Cassie. You can look right here. That would be great.
I don't think we have any choice.
Right here. Thanks so much, everyone. Anyway, we're here. Get everyone in.
Let's get some dirt on the shovel.
Oh, God.
Don't throw it yet. Don't throw it yet. Just get it on the shovel. Charlie, get some dirt on the shovel. Don't throw it yet. Thanks, Cam. Everyone got some dirt on the shovel?
Come closer. Come
On the
closer.
count of 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go.